my beautiful Scorpios. Welcome to your July 2017 tarot reading. I'm here outside in the backyard on an absolutely gorgeous day on Vancouver Island. It's summer and it's really warm. So let's see what kind of energies you've got coming into the month of July and what kind of things might help you to make this an absolutely fabulous month. I was shuffling the cards earlier while I was trying to set up outside here and just really enjoying nature. You're probably going to hear some traffic and a few things, but we're gonna really enjoy being outside. So let's do this. Okay, Scorpio, July. What's going on and what do you need to focus on? Let's cut the deck a couple of times. And let's see what kind of energy we've got coming out. Okay, your first card for July is the Dreamer, and that's an absolutely amazing card. It's about connecting with your personal dreams, with your heartfelt passions, with emotions and those kinds of things that that really bring you joy. And you know, sometimes we get really busy, we don't make time to sort of connect with that part of ourselves. And so with it coming out as the first card, it's a suggestion that you take some time to do that. And you've got the Moon, and the Moon is an absolutely amazing card. You can see that, you know, she's gazing up into it. There's a wolf there sort of as a spirit animal guide, and the energy of the Moon. And you know, the energy of a moon, a lot of people recognize that it can indicate sort of tumultuous emotions and highs and things like that. Always a crazy time in emergency wards, customer service, those kinds of things when you've got a full moon. But the moon energy is very much one that helps us to move through things, and it is very illuminating. It can shed light in the darkness. It can give us a connection to our intuition. And so you're coming into July, and there's some suggestion here that you need to connect with your heart and with your own intuition. And let's see what else you've got. Okay, and you've got the Judgment card. Now, this card comes up sometimes, you know, when there's sort of a sense or a feeling that there's some, of course, judging going on. And now, whether this is self-judgment and self-criticism, or whether it's a situation where you're being judged unfairly, you can see that she's sort of resigned. She's got her sword down. But the important message behind this card is that you need to just be able to let things go. Not worry about what else is going on behind the scenes, and to really sort of trust your own sense of truth. So let's see what else we've got going on here with these cards and the energy. And you've got the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is very much, swords is our thinking mind, and twos are very much about balance. And usually when the Two of Swords comes up, it means that you've got some sort of decision to make. And so, Scorpio, you want to make sure that what you're doing, you can see that she's sort of on a beach there and there's water, and her sword is connected to her thoughts, but the water is connected to your emotions, which is what the Dreamer card is recommending. So the real important thing here is that in decisions that you're making in July, make sure you're connecting your thinking mind and your heart, and not just focusing in one area. Let's see what else you've got. You've got the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles, you can see behind her in the window is a nice garden and a walkway and a path that's going to make you feel much more fulfilled. That Judgment card that came up and recommendations and suggestions that you may have some choices to make. If you stay connected to those things that are important to you, to your truth, to the things that you are connected to in your heart, this is where you're headed, is with that Ten of Pentacles. So let's see what else we've got, because I think there's something else here. You got the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is very much about connecting again with intuition. The Three of Wands is very much an intuitive card, and because it's come out with the Moon, There's a real importance here for you to stay connected to those, to your intuition. The fact that Judgment came up, it's really suggesting that you know what's going on and that you need to act on that and to really stay true to yourself. Again, you've got some decisions to make, but they can lead to that really good, happy place for you. We're going to get a clarifier card, and you've got the Three of Pentacles, and that's about celebration. So Scorpio, you've got some things going on here that probably are sort of stirring in your mind. That Judgment card came up, and it was suggesting that perhaps you've been judged unfairly, and someone isn't quite getting where you're coming from. But your swords, the Two of Swords came up in it, and it's very much about remembering to stay true to yourself and to what you know to be truth. And the Three of Pentacles, you know, that's that joyful abandon that's in the real world, and it's about celebrating the small successes. It may be, and you have a beautiful bird that wanted to sing to you, it may be that, you know, on the surface and at the moment, some things may still be troubling and you're not 100% certain of them, but it's reminding you to celebrate those successes and recognize the small things. You've got the Ten of Pentacles where you're going, and you've got that Dreamer card coming into the month. And I'm going to pull just one more card just as a further clarification, sort of recognizing some of the things that are going around you. And you've got the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is about a new opportunity. Swords is our truth. It's our thoughts that lead us into action. And so it's an opportunity to really embrace that and to stay true to yourself. I'm just going to move the camera down a little bit. It's really sunny here, so I'm hoping I'm going to capture it okay for you. I just want to bring this down so that you can have a little better look at the cards. So we open July with the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is very much that dreamer. That part of you that you want to connect to, that is really connected to your heart center. You've got the Moon and the intuition that's connected with that. The wolf is very much a spirit animal, and in this case it may be suggesting some family ties and some things going on with family that perhaps you know, there's some things that that need some light shed onto it. You've got the Judgment card, okay, and like I said, with Judgment, the thing about that is it's kind of a two-sided sword, and you can see she actually does have 2 points on this sword. And there's that self-judgment that we sometimes are very, very critical and too judgmental of ourselves, but also sometimes that we're being unfairly judged, and people aren't really recognizing that we're trying to act in their best interests. So remember that sometimes you have to be able to let go of some things in order for that to settle out, but always remain true to yourself. And you can see that the sword is balanced here, which was the next card that led us into, which was the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is about choice, and it's about making a choice that's connected not just to your thinking mind, but also to your heart. You know, the cards are really sort of trying to remind you that you have to connect both of those things. The next card that came up was the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is that happy ending. Pentacles is in our physical world, so it's things that manifest for us in the real world, whether it be, you know, finances or home or job, family, those kinds of things that that are connected to us. And you got the Three of Wands, again reminding you about that intuition and how that connects with, you know, the Moon, the Judgment card, and recognizing that you really know what the truth is and that it's important for you to walk to connect with that. You had two other cards that really sort of identify some awesome energies coming into July for you, and that was the Ace of Swords, which is a new opportunity, and the Three of Pentacles, which is about celebrating. So Scorpio, this could be an absolutely fabulous month for you. Remember that if you're feeling that you're being judged unfairly, that staying connected to your truth is very important, and really allow yourself some time this month to connect with that dreamer. Have some fun, do the things that really bring you that heartfelt joy, and I'm sure it'll be an awesome month. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I hope you have an absolutely fabulous July. Bye-bye for now.